Yes, welcome back. Thanks for still being there. Glad to let you know that my guests are here today. Unlike what happened yesterday, we're going to have a full house, and we do have one this morning. And before the break, I did tell you, if you followed the show while I was going through the front pages of the papers, I did tell you what we shall be talking about today, so please stick around with us. But first, let me do the introduction. I have two friends in the house. They're more than guests these days. They are friends in the house. I have my friend Tayo Laniyi, the lady who is interested in Nigeria beyond business. She's a woman of many parts, and she has ensured that anytime I call her to do duty to coming and ensuring that we discuss national issues, she is always ready to do that despite a very tight schedule, and she is here. She's a social affairs analyst. I appreciate you this morning for coming once again.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Yes, and of course another friend of mine is Habib Gajo, one-time presidential aspirant in this our dear lovely country, is a political affairs analyst, a gentleman indeed. Habib, it's so nice to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. So this morning we're taking a look at two very important issues arising in our polity, and that is Nigeria's economy improving. That statement was credited to the CBN governor and of course one of the Minister of Information and National Planning, Mohammed Idris, and of course budget padding allegation. These are the two issues that we're taking a look at this morning. But like we usually do it, I would always want to find, you know, a little bit, take a walk into your mind to understand your state of mind in terms of the nation Nigeria. Please, Tayo, I will start with you.
All right. With the nation Nigeria, we thank God for where we are now. God is helping Nigeria, and we believe that God will do much more as we keep trusting and believing God for a better Nigeria.
Good. That's a short one. Very good. Habib, your state of mind on Nigeria before we go straight into our discourse this morning.
Well, Nigeria, our great country, we really we have Nigeria as our country. We don't have anywhere to go. So we must fix Nigeria. But the type of leadership we have today, I don't think they're ready to fix Nigeria. They don't look like patriotic or those who want to work for the people, for the ordinary people in Nigeria and the whole Nigeria itself. Mm-hmm. So they draw us back, unlike before when we are the giant of Africa, number 7th strongest economy in the world, and so on and so forth. We are backward. Even some countries like Burkina Faso, Ghana, and so on and so forth are ahead of us. So we need to work hard and fix Nigeria so that the whole of Africa will enjoy Nigeria.
Okay, that's a good one. The whole of Africa will enjoy Nigeria, not just Africa alone, but the entire world would enjoy Nigeria. I said it yesterday that this country holds the most intelligent people in the world, and this is the greatest nation in the world. I say so. That is my belief. I've believed in that for as long as I can remember, and indeed the whole world is looking towards Nigeria because we are definitely leading in most things that we do. Our prayers is that we get it right back home, right here where we all stay, where we call home, and our nation, and to see the improvement that we desire. Sure. All right, let us go straight on now to our discourse this morning. We're taking two focal points to focus, as it were. We're taking a look at Nigeria's economy improving, and of course a budget padding allegation which has been made recently. Let us start with the second, which is the budget padding. Government come, government go. We are faced with the allegation of budget padding in the nation. I'm yet to see any nation, even in Africa, who faces such allegation or problems that arise from the budget that is supposed to service the people, government in and government out. And again, we're already seeing it happen, waking up to this allegation by Budget, which is a civil society organization that promotes transparency and accountability. For a government or any government to be relevant, there must be enough accountability, there must be transparency, and that is what the people want. For us to go further, I don't have the data. I already have the data here, and I want to take a peek at the data so we understand how huge these allegations are. Now, Budget, a civil society organization promoting transparency and accountability, has revealed that the National Assembly inserted 11,122 projects worth 6.93 trillion naira in the 2025 federal government budget. This figure represents 12.61% of the 54.99 trillion naira approved by Nigeria's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for the 2025 budget. But of course, the Senate and the National Assembly are kicking against this. Now, the reason why this is troubling is the fact that Budget is holding on strongly to these allegations, and this is what we want to take a look at this morning as I start with Habib. Habib, we are faced again with budget padding. Some people will say it is wrong, some people will say it is not wrong. Budget padding just means what it is. You pad the budget with some extras added to it, which is not what it appears to be on paper. So I would really want us to start with you letting us understand why this has become one of the coloration, one thing that is peculiar with government in and government out in Nigeria, especially in our present time.
Well, thank you very much for putting this question, but let me take it from the root. First of all, budget padding is illegal, is unconstitutional. During Obasanjo's regime, from 1999 to 2003, there is no constituency project. That's where budget padding came in. There was no constituency project. So those members of the National Assembly now said governors are fighting them. Their constituents are not voting for them or are against them because they don't have any project to do. But because Obasanjo wanted third term, you understand, now introduce this constituency project for members of the National Assembly to go and do project, whether road, hospitals, like primary health care, renovation of schools, hospitals, electricity, and so on and so forth, so that it will, like the dividend of democracy is going through the National Assembly members, not only the executive members. You know, project is not meant for legislators, are meant for executives. That is why they have budget, and that is why they have State Assembly and National Assembly to appropriate for them. You understand? So when Umar Musa Yar'Adua came, he stopped it and he introduced procurement bill. In fact, he sponsored the bill. You understand? Whatever you are going to spend, you understand, you have to go through procurement. So it has to be transparent. So Umar Musa Yar'Adua made it very transparent, and when Goodluck came, forces around the National Assembly and so on, we have seen how things happened. Even the governors forum are fighting him, National Assembly are fighting him. Almost 35 of the National Assembly defected, some governors defected, and so on and so forth. You understand? So that's how it is. Now, let's come back to the main issue of budget padding. At that time, they are not calling it budget padding. It's when Buhari became president. That's where a whistleblower, Abdulmumin Jibrin, blew the whistle and said, no, there is budget padding. The budget has been padded. You understand? It's constituency project. Now, most of the ministers that are going for budget defense with their the department and agencies, some of them, they don't even know what the civil servants have presented, and the president cannot go through it, and the ministers are not, you understand? So all these things are happening in front of our eyes. We have been talking. I really appreciate the civil society organization. Is this Sarab?
No, budget.
Yeah. So I really commend them for putting it in the national discourse, so that we can discuss it. Nigeria will now understand where our money is going through. Now, if you take 6.93 trillion, almost 7 trillion
naira, yes, it
will go a long way.
This figure represents 12.61% of the 2025 budget.
26%.
12.61%.
Now, look at our debt servicing. Almost 21 and 20, I think it's 24 this year, 24%. So our budget has been depleted. So we cannot have a project, we cannot see project, we cannot see development. Our economy will not improve, and we remain stagnant in one place. Just yesterday, the day before, MPC, the central bank, came out with their own, I don't know what to call it, script they always read without changing anything except debt, borrowing 27%. They always increase it from 19 to 2020 to 2020, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 in less than 2 years. What is happening with our economy? What is happening with our naira? What are we doing? All these figures of microeconomy, it does not work in Nigeria, because even the central bank don't have the data. Food inflation, they don't have the data. The urban inflation, they don't have it. Even the MBS that has it, now we can see they have now also changed to another, playing another ball in another direction. You understand? Unlike before, we rely on MBS, but today Nigerians don't have confidence on MBA because they have the data and they always present it the way it is. But today,
it's something different.
It's something different. We can't rely on MBC again. So to cap it all, if you put what the executive are doing and what the National Assembly are doing, definitely, you know, we are finished democratically. Okay. If the Senate President will come out and said they are not here to fight the president, then who is going to fight for Nigerians?
That's a huge question.
So there is no check and balances. So whatever the president present or whatever anybody present to the National Assembly, whether borrowing, they will pass it without going through it or asking question, whether he want to do another budget. I advise President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to withdraw this 2025 budget.
Now we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Let's give a chance to Tayo to let us understand, because before we came on the show, there was some explaining some insights, some new insights that Tayo was giving to us on budget padding, relating it to the home front. Unexpected cost. Budget padding is just extra addition to unexpected costs that may come up on the home front. But we're not talking about the home front. We're talking about Nigeria as a whole. Habib has rightly told us, look, this is unconstitutional, but there are people who will argue with Habib right here in this nation that we both live in. So I would want your take, and I would really appreciate if you can, help us understand how budget padding originated from the home and now has found itself in wherever it is.
That's true. Like we always say that charity begins at home. So, like we said, budget padding originates from the home, because let's bring it down to the home. But we're talking about Nigeria, not the home actually. Most times at home, because of the inflation and changes in prices when we go to the market, most times when we want to write our budgets for the home, we want to write for home.
no, for Oga now.
Of course, I will give it to Oga. Normally when we write, sometimes when you get to the market, some prices must have changed, and you may not be able to cover up all what is in the list. So it's normal that you add some little extras, so that when you get to the market, you can, unless sometimes you may not even remember to write everything. It's when you get to the market, you say, oh, I didn't write Maggi. Oh, I didn't write vegetables. Or
Pampers.
Or Pampers. You remember. And then you want to pick it, but because you don't have enough, you may not be able to pick it. But when you add some little extras, you'll be able to pick it. Notwithstanding, like we said, it's unconstitutional. So for Nigeria, the extra they put was too much. It's too much, way too much, and it's something that the National Assembly should look into it. The government should look into it, about the padding of the budget. But for me, on a normal day, if the padding is not too much, because of the change in prices and the way our naira is being, defeated, is going down. It's good that is looked into it and being considered. I don't know.
Now, Tayo, let us go back to some statistics that budget also revealed. I am quoting budget's revelation based on the research or information that they have that is shared with Nigerians, and the reason why we're talking about it this morning. Budget says that some budget revealed that some of the most glaring anomalies include 1,477 streetlight projects worth 393.29 billion naira, 538 boreholes totaling 114.53 billion naira, 2,122 ICT projects valued at 505.79 billion naira, and 6.7 billion naira earmarked for empowerment of traditional rulers. And this is just in part of the revelation given by budget in the 2027 budget. So that is what we have. Now, it is important for us at this time to talk about the impact of budget padding on the Nigerian, not just the common man on the streets, but the economy as a whole. We need to take a holistic look at the implication, the impact, if these are true, that there are situations like this that has happened in the past, that is happening now, that will happen in the future. Of course, taken from what Tayo has said. Charity begins at home. This is what happens. Should we have this in governance? Should we have this in our budget? Should we have this as part of our history as a people? Taking a look at the implication. Habib, I would want your take on this, because we can't move forward. It's only a foolish man who would do the same thing the same way year in, year out, and expect a different result every time. It's an anomaly, it's a paradox, and it's totally unacceptable. I really want to take a look at the implication of this on the long run, on the Nigerian economy, and of course, the Nigerian as an individual.
Well, it's not in our place to have all this kind of fraud and corruption in our national budget. Now, let me touch us what Tayo said. You know, that is why I said the government should take care of our economy. Let us improve our economy. It's like the monetary policy and the fiscal policy are not working together. You understand? So the economy is going down. Like I said, the microeconomy is failing us. Let's go back to our orthodox and social economy. You understand that we are aware of, whether you call it primitive. Yes, if primitive can work for us, it's better to work for us than to be in microeconomy where everyday inflation is going up, that even women cannot put their pot of soup properly. You understand? It's because of the inflation. You understand? And when you did not plan very well, you did not appropriate your budget, this is what you will have. You understand? Now, the reason why I said it's a corrupt means for a constituency project is because, let me tell you, like ICT you mentioned, how many goes to ICT? Is one of the legislature, whether House of Rep or Senator, will say, I want to do ICT in my constituency. You understand? Whether in state university or polytechnic or something like that. At the end of the day, he will not do it, and he will get away with the money with the connivance of the vice chancellor or rector. I think last 2 years there is a case of one vice chancellor who disagree with the member. You understand that the project must be done. It has been appropriated. It has been appropriated to the school, to the university. So we have to do it, and at the end of the day, the senator work against him, and he was removed as vice chancellor. But he has already done what he's supposed to do. So if you look at all these boreholes and so on, how can you, in this 21st century, you now use borehole? In my village, Eleman, in Kaugama local government of Jigawa state, in 1983, 84, 85, 86, till 1990 that I finished secondary school, I bath with shower. I open tap water and put cup and take it. Very pure, natural water that you can, just like a spring water. Nothing. You understand? Waterboard is everywhere.
But how is it now presently? How is it now presently?
So in 1999 to 2000, I visited my village. I now saw borehole in front of our family house, that because our family house is at the middle of the village. I now saw borehole. I say, how comes? They said it's the governor that donated. I say, what happened to our overhead tank and they say, there is no water again. So we have to use borehole. You understand? So what are you, are we moving? Are we going forward? We are going backward doing a project. I saw a governor in 2008 commissioning boreholes, a whole governor commissioning borehole, which is the work of a councillor. It's a councillor that will go to a remote area where you cannot pass water and do borehole for them, or farmers, you can sink borehole for them, and cattle rearers, you can sink borehole for them so that they cannot cross to other people's farms. That's the meaning of the borehole. But now traditional rulers also, money is going through them for what? No money has gone to schools, no money has gone to hospitals, no money has, the economy is going down daily. Inflation is rising daily. I heard somebody saying that inflation has declined. Declined to where? How? We are the ones that are going to the market. You understand? If they don't go to the market, we will go to the market. We'll see how the prices are. They're not going down, they are still going up. Now, if you today all the newspapers carry driver license, plate number, everything, passport has shoot up almost to 30 to 40%. So how do you expect Nigeria to live? Look at electricity bill. Today to buy a pure water is 50 naira. 50 naira can
we'll talk about that when we talk about the statement credited to the Recipient Governor on Nigeria's economy improving. But for the meantime, I would want Tayo. Tayo, I can see the passion.
Tayo, don't have your photo of soup.
No. While you were talking, I took a glance at Tayo and I could see her follow you word for word. She was so drawn into whatever you were saying, and I could see that confusion on her face. And the question that I asked is to let us understand from our viewpoint, from your viewpoint, what you believe the implication of budget being padded, in Nigeria, the implication it will have on the economy. And these days, I had a guest who came here and she said, you know what, I think Nigeria is getting it wrong, or Nigerians need to be, there needs to be a kind of orientation for Nigerians that change or would not start from the top down. It's like waiting for a savior when you're looking up. Everybody looks to government. She said something, government comes from your home. Those in power are your brothers, they are your sisters, your husband, your friend. The government you talk about came from your home. Change will start from bottom upwards and not from up down. And this is the time for Nigerians to begin to see it that way. And now when we talk about issues that affect Nigeria, you talk about the Nigerian economy, it sounds so vague, it sounds so far off. But if it starts with one Nigerian, one person, especially when we talk about change starts with one person. Even when you talk about a leader, when we talk about saviors, if you go through history, the people who stand out as leaders, they stand as one. One person comes with an idea, sells the idea to the crowd, and they follow. It starts with one, you understand? So, on the long run, budget padding in Nigeria, what are the implications, not just to the economy, but to that one Nigerian?
If you can call it budget, corrupt budget, I think it's better than budget padding.
I will leave that phrase for you, Habib, not me.
So, when I was listening to him, what came to my mind is that if there could be transparency, you know, when even they allow the budget padding, that's if they allow the budget padding, and we have supervision, they are closely supervised whenever they are doing their projects, and whatever that is remaining can be returned back it should have been a very great idea. Because of the inflation and changing in prices is a normal thing for someone to add some little on top of whatever the main budget is, just for miscellaneous and in any change, you know, in costs. I remembered Peter Obi when he was governor. We remember how he lived. I think when he was trying to come out for president, we brought out his history, his story when he was a governor, how he lived alone in the government house. He didn't bring in family, all to manage the resources
of the state.
If we can have more people, and there's another governor, I don't know whether it's for Akwa Ibom, that they said change the whole system. Was it Akwa Ibom? I forgot, one of the states that they said he met the state in a but when he was leaving, he left with he returned a lot. He left with so much back into. If we can have transparency, if we can have strict supervision, even when the budget is being padded, and when after all budgets have been done, and there's at the end of the year, it's returned back to the major coffers. I think there's no the major pool. I think there's no much big deal about that, because most times, even in our homes, when we because we say charity begins at home, we always take it back home. Like we said, a governor was from a family. The president is from a family. So everything begins from home. And most times when we don't tutor our children, we don't tutor our families the right way, they go out to the society not to represent the family in a proper way. Like we said, change is inevitable, and change starts with one person, and evolution starts with one person. So we need to start from the home. When we budget in the home, and then you come back, maybe you added that extra on whatever budget you have. You went out to the market, you bought everything, and you came back home and then came to remit the money, whether a child to the mother or mother to husband. You remit back to, I bought this, and this is my remaining change. And then your husband say, you can take it for yourself, or okay, bring it, let's use it for something else. That's imbibing discipline. So as leaders, discipline needs to be imbibed. We need to talk about discipline. We need to create awareness. We need to be strict about discipline. So if discipline can be in place, then we'll have a good way, a long way to go in Nigeria. The economy will improve, things will improve. So that's what I have to say.
All right, if you just joined us, it is the press live from our studio here in Abuja. We'll take our break now, and when we return, the phone lines will be open so you can be part of the conversation. We have one more to go. Stay with us. Yes, welcome back. Nice to know that you're still there. Yes, it is the press, and the phone lines are open now. You can call in and be part of the conversation, where this morning we're taking a look at two very important issues happening right now in Nigeria. Well, we are done with the first one, which is the budget pardon, the allegation of budget pardon. And of course, we want to take a look now at a statement credited to the governor of the CBN and the Minister of Information and National Planning, Mohammed Idris. Well, they did say that the Nigerian economy is improving. There's impact on everything you have to think about, from natural to human. Everything is working perfectly. The CBN governor, Gajo, says investors' confidence in Nigeria is right now growing. He also said it has improved in the last 18 months. Nigeria's economy impacting the lives of Nigerians. Nigerian economy is stable, and the naira now competitive. This statement are credited to the CBN governor, Laniyi Gajo, and of course the Minister of Information and National Planning, Mohammed Idris. So we're starting now. I want to ask Habib, based on what the CBN governor and the Minister of Information has told us about the Nigerian economy improving and growing. I want your take on this, if you agree totally, if you agree somewhat, or not at all.
I disagree in totality. Nigerian economy always grew in their own laptop and computers, not a reality. That's what it means. Mohammed Idris has no business in telling us Nigerian economy is improving. We need Yemi Cardoso, the governor of the central bank, and Wale Edu, who is a minister of finance. Like I said earlier, the monetary and fiscal policy, let them come together and work together and tell Nigerians that it's improving. But the hardship we are feeling, we go to market, we buy, you understand? We sell, we know how it is, you understand? Even the exchange rate that is saying is stabilized in where? 1,600 and something. You understand? So the rise and fall of Naira has it. Naira will fall like 8 months before it gain small. You understand?
Yes.
So I don't know what they are talking about.
Okay, let's take our first call this morning. Hello, Matthew from Benue. Good morning.
No, Matthew from Benin, please.
Okay, Matthew from Benin. Go ahead, please. Go ahead, Matthew.
Yeah, thank you very much for this topic. But if that as a play, I think the woman there is a moralist and a realist. Because the other man is painting the picture of gloom. It's not right. If the economy you are talking about now will not pick up overnight, we know that this economy has been bastardized even from independence.
Yeah.
I sometimes hear when people refer to old days. How many were we in the olden days in this country? What was our, even the last 3 year administration before this one? How much was our audience in the open market? How much is it today now? So, but these things will not just be a magic one. We will grow out of it. I am optimistic like the other woman there. I am very optimistic that all the economic picture that we are seeing today will be a thing of the past in national time. But it's not going to be overnight because this thing has been there. It has been systemic. Are you talking of corruption? Corruption has been in Nigeria in the British, and even the British people were not safe. They were also corrupt too. They include that one in our civil service. The civil servants are the people who will begin to run this in their accountant. Unfortunately, our president and accountant are not going through all these budgets, this work of documents to know whether it was padded or not. And I believe that my sister, lawyer, that you don't want to say the party. Let us see the world they target to it. Let us see the project agree with it. Understand?
Yes, thank you so much. All right, so that is our first caller this morning. You know, he has given his opinion based on what has been said by my two guests. I think we have another call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, KAFTAN Television.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is John from Abuja.
Okay, John, go ahead. Thanks for calling.
All right. Concerning the issue on ground, our leaders in this country are taking us for right. Just as your guest said that we are the ones going to the market, we are the ones buying things, we know how the price of things are, whether they are going up or they are coming down. So for someone to just come out and say that inflation is dropping and that the Naira is stabilizing, how? This morning, Naira is still trading at 1,600 Naira per dollar. And this government came in and met this Naira to dollar at 460 Naira official rate. But today, it is 1,500. And in black market is 1,600. And they are telling us that the Naira is stabilizing. How is it stabilizing? what I've seen in this country is that everybody has turned to politicians. Even those that are not so, even those that are appointed, that are out, that are supposed to be checkmating these politicians, the government, they are also part of them. Every sector in this country has become there. Once they are political, since they are all appointed by the governors and the president, so they've all connived together. All they just is as if they are leading blind people. We are not illiterate in this country for someone to come out and be telling us that Naira is stabilizing, inflation is dropping, and all that. So they should just as your guest said, that if they can be sincere to themselves, they have all it takes to move this country forward.
Okay, we have all it takes to move the country forward. He too disagrees, though different from the caller from Benin. We're having please let us just take this one call before we continue.
No,
good morning.
We need their calls.
Good morning.
Mazi, good morning.
Good morning. My sister and I to listen to the different. Good morning, everybody in Nigeria.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mazi.
When the newspaper, what attracts my own attention, everybody gets their own interest. This MLA, whether an instead of building or structure, whatever we may call it, or building, I think federal government listens very well, whosoever that is listening. Do not sell that structure. Do not sell it. Do not sell it. Why? People in Abuja have been complaining of cost of living, housing, very, very expensive. Then the federal capital in Abuja, was a federal government staff because federal bank belongs to federal government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Your project is from that place. Then federal capital state put the road structure in good shape, convert it to low income earners estate or junior workers estate. This is how we don't have this kind of in Nigeria. Either you are poor or you are rich. Anything in the middle, that one are by God. It is better for us because say they are going to sell it by Nigerians. One person those who are ushering will come from the back and go and buy it. And the irony is they are going to buy 5 naira because they are not going to buy the asphalt. It's not like when you come to you see a car in the region, but 30 million, 30 million. When one person is getting it, they will go and buy 300,000. It doesn't make sense. So telling it.
Okay, so that's our caller from Arochukwu. He does that all the time. Yesterday we were saying something different. He called and he was talking about JAMB, and he always talks how he feels. So, and that's what the show is about. So let us go back to what we were talking before the calls came in. And Habib, you were actually making us understand. I would also want your reaction from what the Benin caller and the Abuja caller, said. The Benin caller said, Tyre is more realistic because she's saying it the way it is. Tyre was transparent enough to say the truth, and the Abuja caller said, he supports you because what is wrong is wrong. So please continue.
Yeah, the Benin caller misunderstood the whole conversation. You understand? What I'm trying to say is, had it been we don't have rising inflation, why would we have extra budget? You understand? If there is a good governance, if they are working on the economy, improving the economy, improving the living standard of Nigerians, you don't need other expenses. You understand? Extra money in order to make your shopping. You understand? We want a situation where when you give your wife money to go and buy foodstuffs or upkeeping of the house, she should come back and tell you that this money will reach us next month. You hope you understand what I.
You can stretch it
now
all through the month.
Yes, if you took during Obasanjo and Eradua's time,
You understand? When salaries are being paid 18,000 to 35,000. You understand? 35,000 at that time, how much is dollar? Is 120, 110. You understand? How much is bag of rice? You can buy bag of rice in less than 5,000.
I sold the bag of rice for 2,000 naira.
Yes.
So if you
are
I sold the bag for 2,000 because I was doing clearance.
If you have been paid 35,000 monthly, you can be able to buy 2 bags of rice and save and buy everything in your almost soap, clothing, your fuel, your car fuel, your electricity bill, your health care bill, and house rent. You understand? You can be able to pay in less than 3 to 4 months. That's 1 quarter. So the rest of the months, you understand? The rest of 6 to 7 months, you have been saving. You understand? So you have saving. Now Nigeria don't have saving. That's what we are talking about. You understand? We are not talking about of today that you just eat your belly full and you don't think about tomorrow. You understand? So we have to fix the economy. You understand? To manage the inflation, to bring it down so that everybody can afford what he can afford, and standard of living will improve so that Nigeria can be better and greater. You understand? Like we started, Nigeria can be great in Africa, can be great in the world. Because we have all what it takes. Nigeria is a rich country with abundant natural resources. We don't need anything to buy from outside had it been a manufacturing country, and so on and so forth. The man who called from Abuja, yeah, he is right. You understand? We have to take care of the economy. Just look at Burkina Faso. Look at Mali. In just recent years, just few years, Mali has paid all their debt.
Yes.
You understand? So now their money is strong, their economy is strong, they don't have inflation, they don't talk about inflation. Look at Burkina Faso. He has revived all the factories and farms that
let us bring Ty in. I really want to tie his take on this, especially on investors' confidence in Nigeria improving in the last 18 months. You are part of what you do is business, aside from your work and aside from your advocacy. What you do also with is business, and you walk in that environment. And I'm saying investors' confidence, according to Cardoso, he says the economy has improved in the last 18 months, that people won't invest in an economy that is not improved, and he has seen changes, and the Naira is now competitive, according to him. The economy is stable. That's what the CBN governor is saying. Okay, I would want your take on this as a business person.
Okay, for the CBN governor saying that, I think he's speaking by faith. You know, we have to be positive about our country. He's speaking by faith that we have a stable economy, that the Naira is gaining strength. So we believe it and we say amen to that. But for businesses, I'm into the business, and I noticed that actually, truly, a lot of investors have come into the country to invest. I buy goods from China, and I noticed that a lot of those Chinese have their stores, they have warehouses in Lagos. So now you don't even really need to even travel or book from, you just go to their warehouses and then you're able to buy. So it makes things easier and better for we Nigerians. So they're actually saying the truth. There are a lot of warehouses, not only for China, for a lot of investors have come into the country to make life more easier for us. So before, I used to always check online on their Chinese platform to buy things and all that. Those are something mall. something Chai Mall and all that, all those malls, 16, is it 88, all those their websites to buy. But now I don't need to. We already have a contact of their warehouses in Lagos. I just send what I want to buy to them, and then before you know it, I have it delivered on my doorstep. So actually, to be sincere, in terms of businesses, a lot have come into the country. A lot of investors have come to invest in our economy, and which has made us to have a lot of competition within the business field.
I quite disagree with you.
Why?
Fine. Now tell me what do China have? They don't have anything. They don't have mineral resources, raw materials. They don't have.
No, I'm talking about one aspect.
Wait, they have factories.
Yes.
You understand? They manufacture. They send finished good to us, and we consume, and our money is going there. That's not business. Business is we revive our factories, we build our factories, and make our economy strong. Let our money stay with us. You understand? Unlike before that, we have many factories. You understand? Textile companies, factories, and so on and so forth. Many of them.
But we still have our factories.
Even car plants is assembled, not warehouse. Warehouse is where you keep goods and people who consume. That is a trade. You understand? We are not talking about trade. You understand? Now, what we are talking about is business. Business like where Aliko Dangote is investing, and the money remains in Nigeria. You understand? We are talking about Mike Adenuga. You understand? And people like the money in UBA, Elumelu, and this Isia Karaju and Otedola, and so on and so forth. You understand? Who are investing their money in Nigeria, and their money remains in Nigeria. The only thing they will buy is maybe spare part in other countries. And you understand? Which every countries can buy. Even America bought spare part, France bought spare parts, Russia, and so on.
We are talking about investors coming into Nigeria.
There is no investors that invest in Nigeria. I challenge Yemi Cardoso. Let him tell us so companies has invested in Nigeria from 2003, 2023 to date. These are the companies that invested, and these are the amount of their investment, and this is the total investment that we have in Nigeria. I challenge him. I challenge any Nigerian to prove that. How can we be taking our money, buying Chinese goods, buying the American goods, buying this one good? You understand? Our money will fly to another continent and countries, and we are here saying that there is a business. We are extorting. They are extorting us, selling it at the cost.
Yes, Habib, unfortunately we don't have time anymore. We've been told, I can't even take the calls anymore. We've been told that we're almost out of time. I want to appreciate you for coming on the show. I appreciate you, Habib Gajo, who is a political affairs analyst and one-time presidential aspirant in this nation. Thank you, Habib, for your passion. Thanks for being on the show. I appreciate you. And of course, Tayo Laniyi, social affairs analyst, my sister. I appreciate you for taking out time to always come in and have your say on the show. And yes, I appreciate those of you who called, Matthew from Benin, John from Enugu, and Mazi from Arochukwu. I appreciate you. And of course, those of you who called and we couldn't take your calls, I appreciate you from my heart. I appreciate you for watching the show. This is how we call it a day on the press. And not to forget that tomorrow is another date on the press. We bring you the press from Monday to Friday. Make sure you keep it a date and be around to call in and be part of the conversation. My name is Anire Binitie. Enjoy the rest of your day.